Local film Isikhalo, The Outcry, has been receiving some great reviews. Now, the movie was a production for an honours project at AFDA, that's the School for the Creative Economy. It's about a young woman who grew up in a small village and then marries a suburban high school teacher. Now, after moving to Nselamanze Township, she discovers that her husband is not the man she imagined him to be. Now, we're joined this morning by the film's director, Lauren Buchner. But first, let's take a sneak peek at the movie.
Lifikile ixesha lokuba thina bafazi sizibuze ukuba yintoni irape. Ngumntu omaziyo, yitshomi yakho, okanye ngumntu olala ecaleni kwakho. Singathemba bani na?
Right, well, thanks very much for your time, Lauren. Let's chat to her. She's in our Cape Town studio this morning. Lauren, now what we saw there is a couple starting out very happily, but that's not the way it ends, does it? Just give us the gist without giving away too much of the movie about what you've highlighted with this story and with this issue.
Well, the film Isikhalo follows Tiki, who moves, as you said, from the village to the township. And she realizes that her marriage is not what she hoped for. She realizes that Bantu is indeed raping her and quite manipulating her to get what he wants out of it. And so with the help of her fellow Stokvel ladies, she really identifies that she needs to break away from this toxic marriage and really create her own destiny and, further her plans to become a seamstress. And, the family of the Stokvel and, woman empowerment really takes her forward into a journey of self-actualization.
So, I mean, this is an issue, yes, and more over the past couple of years, we hear about things like date rape. We hear, yes, you can be raped by your boyfriend, you can be raped by your husband, but we haven't heard too much about it. So what made you want to make this the focus and make this the theme of this movie?
Well, you see, AFDA Port Elizabeth is based, obviously, in the Eastern Cape, and the Eastern Cape is the highest province within South Africa with the highest reported rape cases. And so when you turn on the radio, you turn on the TV, you always kind of hear all these tragic cases of rape survivors telling their story and, some having very tragic endings. And so we looked at, the very taboo topic of spousal rape and how this can really hinder a person's future and their well-being. And so we really decided to tackle this in a small community. This was based on Sasanda Janki's original concept, Sufferance, which he did not get to make at the end of third year. And I like to pride myself as a feminist filmmaker, making films that actually matter, making films that speak to relevant issues within our society, because I believe art can really move us forward as a collective, as fellow South Africans. And so, as a feminist, I believe that this is a topic we should be speaking about because we are facing a rape epidemic. We are living in a rape culture, which means it's a culture which perpetuates images of violence against women and even kind of accepts it as a norm.
And, Lauren, this could be the story of millions of women in South Africa, but I'm just wondering, this particular story, to get the detail, get to the psyche of these characters, is this a true story? Did you speak to somebody who went through this? Did you get the details from them? And of course, the challenges, because like you say, when we talk of different cultures, some things are culturally acceptable.
Yes, it was a difficult process to make sure that this was, in a sense, someone's truth that we were telling, that it could be relatable to many other women who face this issue. So we did multiple research trips. We went to Grahamstown, now called as Makanda, and we went to the community and we really spoke to different women and their different experiences. And we even ventured to the police department And what we found there was quite shocking in a sense that victims who went to the police station weren't actually given an answer, their cases were never really taken forward, or they weren't provided closure. So in a sense of the film, we were going to end it on kind of like going to a rape crisis center or going to the police. But eventually we realized that for society to move forward, to kind of come to terms with this issue, we need to look to each other for support, for solutions. That's why I think Isikhalo is so important, because it's about women standing up for each other, about speaking out about these issues and, you know, banding together and making it a community issue and fighting together instead of looking for any other political or official responses, but looking to each other.
Well, thanks very much, and well done, and continue telling those stories, Lauren, as it definitely will make a difference to many women out there. And